Everyone, this is Akhilesh Kumar Bind, PGT English, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Tengravali. I hope you all will be fine. Dear friends, today we are going to deal with our new topic, that is Should Wizard Hit Mummy by John Updike. Now we have a brief description of the writer John Updike. His lifespan was from 1932 to 2009. This is the image of John Updike. A brief description of the writer. He was an acclaimed and award-winning writer of fiction, essays, and reviews. John Updike has also been writing poetry for most of his life. His awards include the Pulitzer Prize for Rabbit is Rich in 1981 and Rabbit at Rest in 1999. 2 times he has been awarded Pulitzer Prize. It's clear? As we know, this topic is from our supplementary book. That's why we don't deal the topic word by word and line by line. It is clear to you. That's why before going through the topic, I will tell you some important points so that you can understand the topic easily. First of all, we have characters of this topic. Okay, so listen carefully. The first main character, you can say, is Zone, or in short we say Jo. She was 4 years old and she was inquisitive. Okay, she was very curious to know about the things. And second character is Jack, father of Jo. Jo is the short form of Zone. It's clear? And he was domineering type of person. It's clear? Third is Claire. She is mother of Jo, and that time she was pregnant, and she was hardworking lady. Fourth character is Skunk, a baby creature with bad smell named Roger. Okay, now this is also a main character of this story, Skunk. It's clear? And the next one is Mother Skunk, mother of Roger Skunk. It's clear? And then there was an owl. The name that was a wise creature, and this is wizard, a problem-solving magician. Okay, wizard in legend and in fairy tales we have heard about this, a person having magical power. It's clear? So these are characters of this story. Now listen carefully what has been given in this story. This is in brief. After listening this, you will understand the main story of this topic. Now listen carefully. As we know, Jack, he was a father of Jo, who was 4 years girl. Now in this story, what happens? A father tells his child a story out of his head. It means when we tell a story, at that time we create in our mind something and just we tell our children the same. The child interrupts him a number of times. As we know, Jo, that character Jo, Zone, She was a questioning type of girl. She was very curious. She always used to ask questions. Okay, so that child interrupts him a number of times. She raises questions whenever she feels that the story is wrong. Okay, now Jack was domineering. Whatever was in his mind, he used to just tell. Okay, to satisfy that girl. But she raises questions whenever she feels that the story is wrong. The father feels himself caught in an ugly middle position, and that time the father used to face problem. He doesn't know whether he should accept the child's version or stick to his own. Okay, we all people know that there is generation gap between child and father. The same was happening with them also. Sometimes father was unable to understand whether he should accept the version, child's version, or his stick to his own. This was the problem. Thus, the story raises a moral issue and reads it to the readers to resolve. Okay, so that's why this story raises moral issues. Okay, whether father should understand the problem and the version of children, or children should understand. Okay, so this is the problem and moral issues of this story. As we people know, whatever our parents say, sometimes we accept, sometimes we don't accept. When we feel there is problem, we don't accept. When we know that is good, at that time we can accept. But most of times our parents are right, because they have experience of life. They have experience, they know what is. Sometimes we reject the things, but later on when we realize, we accept that. This is a brief outline of this story. Now listen, childhood or adulthood, we all know, as just I have told you, there is always a generation gap. So what is this? This is a certain psychological and emotional gap between parents or elder people and the younger ones, leading to misunderstanding. If there is generation gap, so that will lead misunderstanding. There should be no generation gap, but there is. What we should do, we should try to bridge up. We should try, suppose we are younger this time, you are in class 12, so you should understand the traditions, the systems, the beliefs, the customs of your fathers. But the same time, the fathers also should understand our feelings. They should also try to understand us. Then there will be no misunderstanding. When there is generation gap, there will be misunderstanding. This was in this story, and when you will read the topic, you will find this. It's clear. So I'm telling you all important points one by one. Okay, dear friends, as just I have told you, if there is generation gap, there will be clash of thoughts. It's clear. Now this topic raises three important points and issues, that is also theme of this topic. Okay, so listen it carefully. Now we have these three, that is thematic conflicts. Okay, listen carefully. Number one, should parents always decide what children should do? This is very important. This should not be. Parents, they should not decide. Okay, they should decide, but not always. If a student wants to opt science stream, he should be allowed. And suppose if a student wants arts stream, then he should be allowed. If a child wants to play any game, he should be allowed. That should not be imposed. Sometimes what happens, only for the sake of name and fame, some parents force their children to opt science subject, math subject, and then what happens? They fail in that subject. Okay, they should not be forced. It's clear. Should parents always decide what children should do? And B should also think about this when B will be a father or mother that time. Okay, not only think about your parents. This will be for you later on. Second point, are the dreams and aspirations of children important? Yes, we all know whatever is the desire and wish of a child, that should be valued. If that is good, if that is right, okay, that should be valued. Otherwise, suppose a student and his aspirations and desire and wish is bad and wrong, that should be controlled. Okay, so think positively. Are the dreams and aspirations of children important? And most of us B people will say yes, that should be valued. And now third point is, how important is companionship and acceptance for an individual? This is also very important point. Every individual should be valued. Every individual has dignity, and whatever he or she feels and desires, that should be valued. Okay, 3 points, and these relate to our theme of this topic. Dear friends, when you will go through that topic, you will find the story Roger Skunk. Okay, so here the question is, why did the skunk require its bad smell? In that story you will find that Roger Skunk, which was a creature that has bad and foul smell. So why that is required? Okay, so what is the requirement of that foul smell? That should be changed or not? Because father was telling that the mother of Roger Skunk, she will change that foul smell back. When you will go through that topic, you will find that when Roger Skunk went to wizard as he was advised by that old owl. Okay, and when that Roger Skunk got smell of roses, he was very happy. Other animals were also playing with him. But when mother of Roger Skunk came to know about the change of his foul smell of her baby, she became angry and she went directly to that wizard and she hit that wizard. Okay, that mummy hit that wizard and ordered to change to change again and return that foul smell. Okay, and at that point, the girl Jo raises question. She doesn't want. She wants that mother should be hit by that wizard, not that wizard hit by mummy. Okay, this will be confusing this time, but when you will read that story, you will find what the question is. Now here the question is, why did the skunk require its bad smell? Okay, because we all know what is our identity, that should be maintained. That is our recognition. Suppose we are Hindu, that we should follow Hinduism. If we are Buddhist, then we should follow Buddhism. If we are Muslims, we should follow Muslim culture. Okay, if we are Christian, we should follow that Christianity. That is here. That is the part, that is matter of identity. Okay, that's why part of its identity which should not be changed only because nobody accepts it. Now here the answer of this you will find here, because that foul smell of skunk, Roger skunk, that was part of its identity. That's why that should not be changed only because nobody accepts it. Now in our society we know there is so many classes, sometimes religion basis, sometimes state basis, sometimes tribal, general, OBC, SC, ST. Okay, there are so many classes regarding so many things, but what is our identity that should not be changed? It's clear, and acts as its defense mechanism. Okay, and that foul smell of that Roger skunk was for him as a defense mechanism. Then now what is defense mechanism? This is very important part of our life also. Suppose for example, you are not good at study, then you should be number one in any other sports field. That is defense mechanism. Sometimes we have heard the story, the fox says grapes are sour. Why? Because those grapes were out of her reach. That's why said grapes are sour. It's clear here. Defense mechanism, we should apply that. Suppose we could not score the highest marks, then we should satisfy ourselves, okay, next year we will do this, there was some problem, we should act in this way so that we can avoid that frustration, that depression, that sad moment. It's clear. That's why that foul smell was important for that Roger skunk. 2 points is now it's clear. Now third is that foul smell helps the skunk to survive like many other animals do with their defense strategies. Okay, as we all know, all animals and other people have also their own defense mechanism, strategies, how to survive in this world. Okay, so that smell was also a part of his its survival. That's why the foul smell or bad smell of that skunk was required. It's clear. Now we have examples of a defense mechanism of animals, how they uh, defend themselves. See this image. Okay, when disturbed, the bombardier beetle, now this is beetle, ejects a hot noxious chemical spray from the tip of their abdomen with a popping sound. Okay, now see how this beetle is protecting itself. Okay, this is defense. With the help of this chemical, it protects itself. It's clear. Now see, we have Roger skunk. See the image of skunk. Uh, this is the image of skunk. Its most infamous defense mechanism is its spray fugant liquid with which he dodges his predators, which clings to skin and fur and emits a foul smell. Okay, and that emits a foul smell. The chemical name of the spray is N-butyl mercaptan. Okay, that foul smell in form of spray is N-butyl mercaptan. Okay, so this is skunk. Now, bone of contention. Uh, when you will go through the topic, then two characters, Jack and Joe. Jack believed that Mummy Skunk was right. Okay, in that story, as I have mentioned, when Roger Skunk got smell of roses, that why he was very happy. Now in the forest he played with other animals. He was too much happy. But when he returned back at home, and when his mother came to know that he had not foul smell, he had smell of roses, she got angry. And then she asked, and when that skunk told her from where he got that smell of roses, she went there. And when she went there, she hit that wizard, that magician who offered him, who gave him smell of roses. Okay. And here bone of in bone of contention, Jack believed. Now we people know what is right and what is good for us. Our parents know very well. They have experience. They know what is right and what is wrong for us. That's why they guard us. That's why they scold us. That's why they care us. That's why they are very worried about us. Okay, so in this case, when Mummy hits that wizard, and here Jack says he believed that Mummy Skunk was right. Right, because parents know it the best. What is good for the children, parents know that is the best. Okay, but here Joe, that 4 years old girl, she believed that Mummy Skunk was wrong. Now, why was she wrong? In her opinion, in the opinion of Joe, Mummy Skunk was wrong. How? Why she was wrong? Because when that skunk, in her opinion, when Roger Skunk got smell of roses, he was very happy. He was playing, and other creatures also played with him on that day. And then when he had foul smell, bad smell, no other creature, no other animal used to play with him. Now this here, this that girl likes. She wants happiness. She wants happiness for that Roger Skunk. That's why now again he had no friend. That's why she believed that Mummy Skunk was wrong. Okay, and that Joe also said to her father that in next story that wizard should hit Mummy, not Mummy should hit wizard. Okay, acceptance among peers was okay. And we people know, we are students, that time what we want that everyone should accept us. Okay, so that's why bone of contention, two thoughts. Jack believed other thing and Joe believed other thing. Okay, so what happens in the last of what will happen in the last of the story, that Mummy Skunk will hit that wizard, and that thing Joe didn't like, but in the opinion of Jack, Mummy was right. It's clear. We all know uh, the last part of this story is conflicting. Okay, and what are the reasons? I have just mentioned. Okay, bone of contention, what was the thinking of Jack and what was the thinking of Joe. Okay, so what is here, what why that final end. Okay, denouement means hota hai, that is final part of that play or story. Okay, so why was that conflicting? The reason is, okay, now listen carefully. Jack ended the story with Roger Skunk accepting his mother's decision to get back his foul smell, as it was a part of his identity. Okay, uh, I told you just Mother Skunk went to that wizard, and she Mother Skunk hit that wizard, and then she said that her son get back his foul smell. Okay, as it was, why she wanted that? Because that was part of his identity. Every individual should be accepted with his or her peculiarity. that one should not change for mere recognition. Okay, sometimes people change religion, sometimes people change their names, sometimes people change their title also. That should not be. What is our uh, identity? We should maintain that. Why we change that? Only for recognition. Don't change that. What you are, just be that. Be nice and other people will accept you. Okay, so what is our peculiarity, what is our uniqueness, that should be maintained. Okay, so this is the end of Jack, because Jack knows what is right, what is good, and what a parent thinks. But here, Jo wanted to change the ending because she could identify with Roger's craving to be received by friends. Okay, why did Jo want to change the ending? Because she could identify with Roger's craving to be received by friends. Because with foul smell, with bad smell, no other creature was playing with him. But that's why Jo wanted other creatures should play with him. This was the thinking of that girl. That's why she wanted to change that. What changes she wanted? She wanted that mother should be hit and Roger skunk should keep that smell of roses. Okay, for her acceptance by peers was of utmost importance. It's clear? Dear friends, this is also a very important point in this story. Now listen carefully. The point is, what was the middle position? Why so? Jack tried hard to convince his daughter of the necessity to find and accept one's individuality without trying hard to be a part of the crowd. Okay, Jack was trying to convince his daughter, but she was not ready to accept that. One should not change one's identity to satisfy others' demands. Okay, because we all know Jack was right. Jack was right. What he wanted to convince, that one should not change one's identity to satisfy others' demands. But Joe refused to accept this. Okay, we accept this viewpoint, which frustrated Jack. And when she doesn't accept this, when she refused this acceptance, that one should not change one's identity to satisfy others demands, she doesn't like this, she refused that. That's why Jack was frustrated. Neither could he help his wife in household chores nor convince his daughter about the importance of being unique. Okay, now that time we all know mother of Joas. Joas, mother of Joe was pregnant that time, and she was working something. She was doing something, but neither he help his wife in household chores nor convince his daughter about the importance of being unique. Also, he could not impart the message associated with his childhood experiences to Joe effectively because of her defiance to parents' autonomy. Okay, and he was unable to impart the message associated with his childhood experiences to Joe effectively. And whatever his intention was, he could not impart, he could not tell, he could not inculcate in the behavior of Joe. That's why he was frustrated. This is the reason of Jack. That's why he was in he felt in ugly middle position. It's clear. And this is also you can say you will find the theme also here. Okay, and there were also classes of thoughts, conflicting thoughts, etc. Okay, after that we have moral issues of this story. This is very important points. Now listen carefully. Should children be allowed to use their abilities to a reason, or should children remain as mere shadows of adult influence and thought? Again, the same point. Okay, as we have discussed earlier regarding this. And second point is the matter remains unresolved. It is for us, the readers, to decide that. Okay, because what would be the ending? That was not complete. That was not completed. Now we are the readers. We have to decide what is right and wrong. Now, as a student, some students may think, no, no, Joe was right, but some will say that Jack was right. Now it depends on us. Now it is for us what is good, what is bad. We will decide this. Okay, this is the moral issue of this story. It's very important. Should children be allowed to use their abilities to reason, or should children remain as mere shadows of adult influence and thought? Okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope this audio lesson will help you. If any problem, ask me. Once again, thank you, everyone.